Okay, guys, we are back with some live severe weather coverage here. We're looking at some supercells down in the West Texas and New Mexico area. Right now, we're focusing in on this one tornado warned supercell that looks very intense. Um, wow. So let's get this warning text here. The storm will be near Horizon City around 6:30 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. So Horizon City is the main city in the path, so they need to be taking cover now. Other locations impacted includes Colonial Del Paso and Agua Dulce, Dairyland, and Sparks. So those areas need to be taking cover as well. Right now, it looks like the primary tornado threat would be right there in the circled area, just south of Agua Dulce. I think that means Sweetwater in Spanish. Um, just a sec here. Sorry for the background noise, guys. I don't have any soundproofing down here or anything. So let's just take a little. Let's look at this on reflectivity as well. Very interesting. So if we got greens, I'm pretty sure greens are going towards the radar. So it's gonna be heading towards that way. So that looks like this storm has some very good inflow. This is not a very big storm either. It's maybe covers 5 or 6 square miles. Let's check out his tops here. Now we're a little close to the radar to get accurate echo tops readings. So let's go the further north radar. Still pretty far. Whatever, that's not particularly important. Either way, on both radars, the storm looks particularly intense. So Agua Dulce looking to be more in the path now as the storm moves east. Looks like the rotation may have dissipated a little bit. Let's just loop this thing and see what it looks like. The radar seems to have been flipping out a little bit. I want to check one other thing. We can check correlation coefficient, which can often tell us. I don't think we can gain much from that. It's a lot of noise there. Sometimes a drop in correlation coefficient can signify a tornadic debris ball or something of the sort. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. Now, this storm is also severe thunderstorm warned. You can see there, it's taking a very interesting kind of a shape I've never really seen. It's really interesting actually. There's a lot of motion in it. I can't even really tell what's going on with it there, but let's look at this velocities again. Looks like it may be getting a bit of a tighter couplet up in just south of Horizon City, sort of in this area. It looks to be getting its act together a little bit more. Yeah. So that's really what we got here today. It's the only storm that's got a warning on it currently. So we're going to continue to watch that. Yeah. Okay, let's see here. So again, Agua Dulce area, Horizon City area, Clint, you need to be taking cover now. It's a very dangerous storm. Also a severe thunderstorm warned as well. So you guys need to be taking cover now. I'm wondering if this radar is overdoing things, because just judging by, is there even lightning on this thing? It's got I guess you don't have to have lightning, but I'm just surprised. 66 dB, 68 dBc, there's the max on that, and there's 4 lightning strikes that aren't even that recent. So I'm not 100% sure that this type of reflectivity stuff is correct. So, yeah. I'm not 100% sure. Let's just check out velocities again. So there's this kind of notch area there. That might be some inflow region there, signifying the storm might strengthen. It has really good inflow. Do we have any radars down here? No, it's too far east. I guess we can try. Yeah, you can't really tell much from that. But There may be an area of rotation starting to develop here. I'm not 100% sure on that. Possibly. It looks like it could be some just radar noise, though, as well. Let's see here. So let's check back at our reflectivity here. Yeah, this is a pretty dang small storm, and it looks fairly intense. We're going to continue watching these ones up to the north as well, as this one looks to be picking up intensity a bit significantly. Let's just check out the velocities this radar has on some of those. Nothing looks terribly intense. A few possibly small pockets of rotation in those, but nothing that we have to be overly worried about right now. So we're going to go back to this storm down here. So it's looking more and more likely that this may indeed actually be, well, I'm not even 100% sure. I'm not sure. It's doubtful, actually. There's a lot of noise there. The storm looks to be dying out a little bit, and not looking terribly impressive right now anymore. But it is still tornado warned. So Agua Dulce area, Socorro area, Clint, Horizon City, Sparks, you guys should be taking cover now, especially if you're in the red box there. So yeah. Sorry about that. Again, sorry about the background noise, guys. Let's see here. But this tornado warning does go on for another 7 minutes, so we're going to watch it for at least that period of time. So we have a warning for the next 22 minutes, and then if anything happens up in this area here, we'll watch that as well. We have nothing else really going on in the country here. Let's switch back to our Holloman Air Force Base radar. It's a lot of lightning there. Interesting. Once again, nothing looking very impressive whatsoever on that, except for this guy down here. Let's do a... Wow, that's much more interesting. So when we go to tilt 4, which tilts the radar beam up higher, so now we're at 6,000 feet as opposed to just a few thousand feet we were at before. This thing looks a lot meaner. Wow, actually, so interesting. I bet this seems kind of unnaturally straight here. So I think this might just be kind of an artifact of the radar as well. I think this radar might be having a little bit of some issues, but now when we look at the base velocities here, we see definitely a couplet is starting to tighten up there. Looks like we have several more recent lightning strikes too, which is also a sign that the thunderstorm could be about to produce something interesting, such as a tornado or something. So that's another warning sign there. So Agua Dulce area, you guys definitely need to be taking cover right now. Anyone else inside the red box as well. I would guess that they're going to extend this warning if it continues to rotate for the next couple of minutes. It looks pretty intense, actually. Let's see here. Yeah, so Agua Dulce area is next to come under fire from the storm. Yeah, rotation continues up to the high levels there. We can check. I'm gonna go back to like tilt teal on this. That looks to be weakening slightly, possibly. It's from 7:27 p.m. here. Let's see if we get another more recent image. It looks to have been much more intense about 20 minutes ago, perhaps. Right now, well, it is, again, there's been several more lightning strikes than we've been seeing recently, so that's a warning sign. Definitely some tightening rotation there. There may be a weak tornado just north of Agua Dulce there. So Agua Dulce area definitely needs to be taking cover. With another secondary area of rotation there, possibly east of Horizon City. Yeah, so that's, again, the storms remain something to watch. And we are tornado warned by the NWS for the next 4 minutes there. Yeah. So we'll see if the NWS elect to extend that warning or not. But again, it does seem to me to continue to be exhibiting rotation. It was also warned for a baseball-sized hail. Well, rather ping-pong ball-sized hail. I think the tornado warning statement said baseball-sized hail. I think that's been confirmed and reported by the public. Again, lightning is starting to pick up with this storm, so that is signifying it may be something to watch as well. Definitely. Let's check in with our tilt 3 here. Definitely looks pretty darn nasty. Some bad stuff's about to move through Agua Dulce. It's a really interesting signature on radar here. You've got that lower reflectivity almost behind the main, almost hooking in behind the storm. So that's interesting there. Could be some form of, it's definitely rotating, but the rotation looks to be more north than the radar artifact. The rotation looks to be kind of, well, that's old. Hold on a second. Rotation looks to have died out just a little bit now. It's tiny on tilt 1. It must not have much precip reaching the ground, I would assume. But rotation looks to be mainly up through here. Actually, there's probably a lot of precip reaching the ground. I'll shut up. Probably some hail. Let's check in with our correlation coefficient again. I don't really think, there's not showing anything like a dramatic correlation coefficient drop, so I don't think we have any damaging tornadoes on the ground right now at all. So this warning remains in effect for probably like a minute or so more. I think it's going to expire shortly. But the severe thunderstorm warning, which I can't apparently click on, there we go, remains in effect for 17 minutes. Tornado warning is about to expire. So far they're not renewing it. I may have just been proven wrong. I think NWS El Paso just tweeted out another tornado warning until 7 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. So it has been continued. Large apple-sized hail is possible according to the Twitter graphic, which is a new one. Let's see here. Yeah, so that's going to continue on, I believe. We'll see if that'll update here in a second. Let's check out our velocities again here. It looks like there continues to be some rotation here, with great inflow into the storm as well, it looks like. So that's that means the storm can retain its strength. Agua Dulce area continue to take cover, as well as areas out east of Agua Dulce. I think we should get, there we go, new tornado warning until 8 o'clock p.m. Moving east at 21, oh my goodness. Tornado and hail up to 3 inches in diameter. That's some big hail. Wow. So yeah, you can see we have this new warning here for the next 16 minutes. Some really large hail there. 3-inch hail is pretty significant. I mean, oh my goodness, that's really interesting. Looks like I bet the hail core probably just went through Agua Dulce. Because this thing looks beastly when you go up to a little bit of a higher reflectivity. I've never really seen a signature like this. I mean, it's like a tiny, you think it's like a tiny little storm, but geez. So yeah, it's a bad storm. You guys got to be taking cover there, Agua Dulce area especially.
And that should be good. Then just start saving up to get more of those so that we have like a ton of backup. super badass.
So yeah,
Yeah,
that's definitely something to be watched. Very interesting there.
Dude, this fort is sick.
So yeah, let's continue to look at that there. Looks like the lightning's died down a little bit, and the rotation has as well, but still remains a very dangerous storm.
Yeah,
It looks to be moving out into more rural areas here.
Oh, okay.
But also we have to watch out Colonial, Del Paso, Agua Dulce, Lakeway Estates, and Dairyland are in the path of this storm. So those areas need to be watching out. So yeah, we're going to continue to watch this here. Let's check out how much rain it's dropping. Well, this is actually a vertically integrated liquid, which can tell us about hail. So it's maxed out there, so that's probably some pretty big hail, as we've been saying. Let's check out how much rain it's been dropping here. Looks like a fair amount, 1.8 inches an hour there. That's pretty darn good, pretty darn high. Let's see here. Let's just go back to, let's do tilt 2 here, because I think that gives, or tilt 3 rather, I think that can give us a little bit better of a look at the storm. This is how the storm is how it looks at about 5,000 feet. Looks like, I mean, it's really interesting signature here. It's a nice curve, and I'm not sure, but it looked like the hail core was right down by Agua Dulce, but it also looks like there's bigger core up near north of Agua Dulce. But again, very dangerous storm, tornado warned. Just moved through Agua Dulce. I would assume we are going to be seeing some reports out of Agua Dulce soon for some pretty significant looking hail, I would assume. I'll go to the SPC and check that out quick.
The dying iron got up. I hit the dying iron.
Yeah, and I don't think there's been anything much coming in yet. So we'll have to wait and see what we get later. Again, remains tornado warned. If that's not a radar artifact, it's probably a tornado east of Agua Dulce by about 3 or 4 miles. So that's our area of rotation right there. That's the area we want to be watching. So east of Agua Dulce, you need to be taking cover now. I mean, you're in the red box, so you should have already taken cover. But, you know, do it now if you haven't already. Make sure. Because that's where our area of rotation looks like it is right now. Interesting. It doesn't seem to go much higher up. But low-level rotations is stuff you got to worry about. So that area there for sure. We'll check back in our reflectivity here. Yeah, it looks pretty monstrous there. Yeah. So that's definitely a very dangerous storm, needs to be watched. I want to just look at the other radar at these guys up north here. Okay, so they are starting to look a little bit more significant to the north there, well, rather northwest of the current radar we're using. So these might have to be watched a bit as well as we continue on. But right now we're going to continue focusing on these guys, this guy down here. So we're going to watch that area especially right now.
I only have 9 pickaxe on this. I'm going to in a second, but we gotta do like these.
Again, I apologize for the background noise.
Yeah, 1 second.
So I'm waiting for this next scan to see if that very interesting looking interesting. It did not keep up, so I think that was probably just an artifact of the radar there.
stuff? Yeah.
Alright, I might have to, I think I have to go shortly, guys, so I will, see you guys later. Thank you guys for watching.
I would, but...
Alright, I think that's it for tonight, guys. See you later.